I see the world through colors, shapes, textures, and volumes. All this through my dyslexic mindset. It's a story, and a story I'm going to tell you. And as a story has to start with a beginning. My beginning is on vacation with some family and friends. We decided to play a pretty funny card game where you fill in voids of a phrase or a sentence. You pass these cards around and everybody fills in their little sentences and their little voids, and then you read them back to the group. Often you pick the funniest and maybe the most offensive response, but you got to guess which one made those responses. Going into this game, I knew very well that how to use my tricks and methods to get through this seamlessly. I picked the shortest questions. I paraphrased instead of read word by word. And put my wife next to me to make sure that I got through any opportunity for stumbles. We played the game. I thought it was seamless. I thought I did very well. And so I thought, because at the end of the game, one of the friends approached me and asked me a question. He asked me a question that was like this. My son also has dyslexia. You've done well in life. I think he would appreciate a chat with you. It'd be very important to him. My inside voice was, easy, buddy. Cut off on the rum and punch. I don't have dyslexia. I don't see words backwards. Outside voice, of course. I'll sit down with your child and we'll have a chat. It's great. I left there, curious why you asked me this question. So I began to research, do tests. And it became very obvious at the age of 42 that I discovered I, in fact, had and have dyslexia. But I don't like that word because it comes with outside factors that think of it as something that is lesser than or disability. I don't see it that way. I see it as a gift. A gift that you think differently than everybody else. Not better, not worse, just different. So going back to my childhood, everything came rushing back. As a student, among students, they saw testing as the only way to measure your smarts and your gifts. I looked at testing as an unfair obstacle that did not properly measure my talents and my gifts, but accepted them as a necessary component of my life that had to do twice as much work to be average at best. Other students saw the traditional schooling as the only way to get you somewhere. But when I questioned them where the place was, they didn't know. For me, I knew where I was going to go, and I accepted that there were these things along the way that I needed to overcome, that I needed to work harder, and that I needed to do better. For me, that's adapting always and forever. These things aren't fearful. These things aren't scary. These are things that actually make you better, that create character, that make you do things that no one else can do. So I continue to do so. And then now, I stand on this red dot after countless testing, exams, multiple choice questions, which I don't think anybody likes. I got through those. And now I'm an architect who has founded an architecture firm in 3 major cities in Canada with a bunch of employees doing insanely amount of cool work every day, all the time. I'm here because of my dyslexic mindset, not despite of it. And I'm here because, like the card game, I recognize that others think very differently than I do and can achieve and accomplish things I can't. But together, it's the connection of the two. Without them, separated, you cannot do it. So now, architecture. It's been my passion. It's what I am. It's who I am. I have the privilege of practicing architecture every day. It has the ability to influence people's lives all the time and every day. For me, the way I look at architecture is like looking at verbs, asking the basic questions. What is it to be? What is it to eat? What is it to sleep? And if you ask these questions properly and you listen, you'll get amazing responses. And those responses allows you the opportunity to design things through true character of the person and the place. The character of the person could be a building, it could be an office, it could be a restaurant. The result could be my meal is that much better because of the place. My home could be that much safer because of the place. My office could be much more high performing because of the place. And it's an amazing thing to be on this journey of that place. It all sounds pretty complex, but a friend once told me the basic root of architecture can be grounded down to the basic facts of just the be. Just be. Be creative, be inspiring, be innovative, be a high performer. All these things are just about the be. But they come down to how you define those things architecturally. You have to listen and ask the right questions. And if it's not verb-based, you will not get the result that you need in order to make sure that the place is about the character of the person and the place together. The wind, the sun, the person. You need all of it. All of it needs to be respected thoughtfully, and then you have an amazing building. So how about now? Since we're fast forwarding all these things of life, we are in COVID times, and COVID has disrupted the world. It's also disrupted the architectural world. I've been hearing of late, it's time to think outside the box. This is perfect because I've never been in the box. I don't know what is in this box, and I'm perfectly naturally happy being outside of it. This is where I've been, this is what I do. So for me, I look at these extremely difficult times with great optimism and opportunity to rethink and reshape everything. To relook at an office tower, and maybe it's not just a place to work. To relook at a tech campus, and maybe it's a little tiny town. To relook at your home and understand that it can still be a place of comfort and work at the same time. To relook at what used to be a strip mall as now your town center, a place that you come to and talk. To relook at it all. So for an architect, it's a strange time when you can be in this moment where it's the most exciting times of your career. If you embrace change, if you can embrace being adaptable, if you believe, like I do, that buildings need to respond to the new questions. We need to ask the verb-based questions again. What is the work? What is it to eat? What is it to sleep? What is it to seek comfort? What is it to heal, to rest? Architecture must respond to those basic questions. And I will guarantee you that the answer to those questions now are very different than the answers 2 years ago. And that's what's exciting. As long as you're willing to keep adapting and keep changing and keep embracing what could be and ask yourself, what if? My friend, his son, if I had a chance to speak with him, I would tell him, you are given a gift, a beautiful gift. You think differently. You see the world differently. Not better, not worse, but you have a gift. You need to hone it. You need to use it. You need to do things with it that no one else can see. And if any time there's a time that the world needs more dyslexic mindset thinking is now. Because now is a time to reinvent it all, to rethink about it all. Maybe, just maybe, we can make some real difference. Maybe we can look back and say that was okay, that needs some adjustment, and that was just wrong, and it was just wrong all along. And through the mindset that we can see it, real things can happen. But I do believe, and it's the truth, that we need to have the collective mindset thinking. We can't do this on our own. Those together is one powerful story, and a powerful story that maybe started with, but it's just something in a blip on my little radar that keeps going. And like when I was a child, there was a place I wanted to be, and that place doesn't end. It just keeps continuing. And I'm looking forward to where this is all going to go.